Psychosis. The word itself can evoke a sense of mystery, fear, and misunderstanding. Often portrayed in movies as a state of complete disarray, the reality of psychosis is far more nuanced and complex. It's a mental health condition that affects millions worldwide, touching the lives of individuals, families, and communities. This exploration aims to shed light on the often misunderstood world of psychosis, separating fact from fiction and fostering a deeper understanding of this intricate condition. Imagine a world where your senses deceive you, where reality blurs with hallucinations and delusions. This is the experience of someone living with psychosis, a mental state characterized by a disconnect from reality. This disconnect can manifest in various ways, making it challenging to differentiate between what's real and what's not. It's crucial to remember that psychosis is a medical condition, not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. Our journey into the world of psychosis begins by dispelling common myths and misconceptions. We'll explore the science behind this condition, examining the intricate interplay of genetic predisposition, brain development, and environmental triggers. By understanding the underlying causes, we can begin to dismantle the stigma surrounding psychosis and pave the way for empathy, support, and effective treatment. Join us as we embark on this enlightening exploration of psychosis, a condition that deserves our attention, understanding, and compassion. The media often portrays psychosis in a sensationalized and inaccurate light, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and misconceptions. These portrayals contribute to the stigma surrounding mental illness, creating barriers to seeking help and fostering feelings of shame and isolation for those who experience psychosis. It's crucial to challenge these myths and replace them with accurate information based on scientific evidence and personal experiences. One common misconception is that people with psychosis are inherently violent or dangerous. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, individuals with psychosis are more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. They may withdraw from social situations due to paranoia or fear, leading to isolation and misunderstanding. It's essential to remember that people with psychosis deserve compassion and support, not fear and judgment. Another harmful myth is that psychosis is a sign of weakness or a character flaw. This misconception ignores the complex interplay of biological, genetic, and environmental factors that contribute to the development of this condition. Psychosis is a medical condition, just like any other health issue, and it's essential to approach it with the same level of understanding and empathy. By dismantling these harmful myths, we can create a more supportive and informed society that embraces individuals with psychosis and their families. Education is key to fostering empathy and understanding, allowing us to move beyond fear and prejudice towards compassion and support. Let's work together to create a world where mental illness is met with understanding, not stigma. Psychosis is not a single disorder, but rather a symptom of various underlying conditions. These conditions can range from severe mental illnesses like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder to physical health issues like brain tumors or infections. Understanding the root cause of psychosis is essential for determining the most effective course of treatment and support. To fully grasp the complexity of psychosis, we need to look beyond the surface and delve into the intricate workings of the brain. Research has shown that imbalances in brain chemicals called neurotransmitters, particularly dopamine and glutamate, play a significant role in the development of psychosis. These chemical imbalances can disrupt the brain's ability to process information, leading to hallucinations, delusions, and other psychotic symptoms. Genetic factors also play a significant role in an individual's susceptibility to psychosis. Studies have identified specific genes that may increase the risk of developing psychotic disorders. However, it's important to note that having these genes doesn't guarantee the development of psychosis. Environmental factors such as stress, trauma, or substance use can also trigger psychotic episodes, particularly in individuals with a genetic predisposition. By understanding the multifaceted nature of psychosis, we can develop more targeted and effective treatments. These treatments often involve a combination of medication, therapy, and lifestyle changes tailored to address the individual's specific needs and challenges. It's also crucial to provide support and education to families and loved ones, empowering them to play an active role in the recovery process. The human brain, a complex network of billions of neurons, relies on a delicate balance of chemicals and electrical signals for proper functioning. This intricate system, however, can be influenced by a multitude of factors, with genetics playing a crucial role. Just like our predisposition to certain physical traits, our genes also carry the blueprint for our brain's structure and function, influencing our vulnerability to mental health conditions like psychosis. Scientists have long suspected a genetic link to psychosis, observing that this condition often runs in families. While having a parent or sibling with psychosis doesn't guarantee you'll develop the condition, it significantly increases the risk compared to the general population. This familial clustering provided the first clues that genes might hold some answers to the puzzle of psychosis. With advancements in genetic research, scientists have made significant strides in unraveling the specific genes implicated in psychosis. Studies have identified numerous genes, each contributing a small piece to the overall genetic risk. These genes are involved in various brain processes, including the production, transport, and regulation of neurotransmitters, like dopamine and glutamate, chemicals crucial for communication between brain cells. However, the genetic landscape of psychosis is far from simple. It's not a single gene, but rather a complex interplay of multiple genes, each with a subtle effect that contributes to an individual's susceptibility. This genetic complexity makes it challenging to pinpoint the exact genetic cause in every individual and highlights the need for further research to fully understand the intricate genetic underpinnings of psychosis. Our brains are constantly evolving, sculpted by our experiences and environment. This intricate process of brain development begins in the womb and continues throughout adolescence and even into early adulthood. During these critical periods, the brain is particularly vulnerable to disruptions, and any deviation from the normal developmental trajectory can have long-lasting consequences, potentially increasing the risk of mental health conditions like psychosis. One area of intense research is the role of early brain development in psychosis. Studies suggest that individuals who experience certain complications during pregnancy or birth, such as premature birth, low birth weight, or oxygen deprivation, may have a slightly higher risk of developing psychosis later in life. These early insults, though seemingly minor, can have subtle yet significant impacts on the developing brain, potentially altering its wiring and making it more susceptible to mental health challenges. Furthermore, adolescence marks a period of rapid brain development, particularly in areas responsible for higher-order cognitive functions, such as planning, decision-making, and social cognition. These brain regions undergo significant rewiring and fine-tuning during this time, making them particularly vulnerable to environmental stressors. Research suggests that experiencing significant stress or trauma during adolescence may disrupt this delicate developmental process, potentially increasing the risk of psychosis in vulnerable individuals. Understanding the intricate link between brain development and psychosis is crucial for developing early intervention strategies. By identifying individuals at higher risk due to developmental challenges, we can potentially intervene early with supportive therapies or targeted interventions to mitigate the risk or lessen the severity of symptoms. This emphasizes the importance of a holistic approach to mental health, considering both genetic predisposition and environmental influences on brain development. While genes provide the blueprint for our brains, our environment acts as the architect, shaping and molding our neural circuits throughout our lives. This dynamic interplay between genes and environment is central to understanding complex mental health conditions like psychosis. It's not a matter of nature versus nurture, but rather a delicate dance between the two, with each influencing the other in intricate ways. The concept of gene-environment interaction posits that individuals with a genetic predisposition to psychosis may be more sensitive to the effects of environmental stressors. These environmental triggers can range from significant life events like trauma or abuse to more subtle, chronic stressors like social isolation or discrimination. In essence, these environmental factors can act as a switch, flipping on or off the expression of certain genes that increase vulnerability to psychosis. For example, studies have shown that individuals with a family history of psychosis who also experience significant childhood trauma or adversity are at a significantly higher risk of developing the condition compared to those with only genetic vulnerability or environmental stressors alone. This highlights the synergistic interplay between genes and environment, where the presence of both factors amplifies the risk beyond the effect of either factor in isolation. Understanding this intricate interplay is crucial for developing personalized prevention and treatment strategies. By identifying individuals at higher risk due to a combination of genetic and environmental factors, we can tailor interventions to address their specific needs, potentially mitigating the risk or lessening the severity of symptoms. This emphasizes the need for a holistic approach to mental health, considering both nature and nurture in the development of psychosis. While genetics and brain development play significant roles in psychosis, they are not the only biological factors at play. The human body is a complex and interconnected system, and disruptions in other areas can also influence brain function and contribute to the development of mental health conditions, like psychosis. One crucial area of research focuses on the role of neurotransmitters in psychosis. These chemical messengers are responsible for communication between brain cells, and imbalances in their levels can disrupt normal brain function. Studies have consistently implicated dopamine and glutamate, two key neurotransmitters, in the development of psychosis. Dopamine, often associated with reward and motivation, is found in excess in certain brain regions in individuals with psychosis, while glutamate, crucial for learning and memory, appears to be dysregulated. Furthermore, emerging research suggests that inflammation, a natural immune response to injury or infection, may also play a role in psychosis. While inflammation is typically a protective mechanism, chronic or excessive inflammation can have detrimental effects on the brain, potentially contributing to the development of various mental health conditions, including psychosis. Studies have found elevated levels of inflammatory markers in the blood and cerebrospinal fluid of individuals with psychosis, suggesting a link between immune dysregulation and this complex condition. Exploring these additional biological factors is crucial for developing a more comprehensive understanding of psychosis and for identifying novel treatment targets. While current treatments primarily focus on managing symptoms through medication and therapy, future interventions may target these underlying biological mechanisms, potentially offering more effective and targeted therapies for individuals experiencing psychosis. The human brain, while remarkably adaptable, is not immune to the impacts of stress and trauma. These experiences, particularly when severe or prolonged, can leave lasting imprints on our neural circuitry, altering brain function and increasing vulnerability to mental health challenges, including psychosis. Imagine the brain as a delicate ecosystem, intricately balanced and interconnected. Stress and trauma act as disruptive forces, shaking this delicate balance and potentially tipping the scales towards mental illness. Stress, in its many forms, from daily hassles to major life events, triggers a cascade of physiological responses in the body. This stress response, often referred to as the fight or flight response, is essential for survival in acute situations. However, when stress becomes chronic or overwhelming, this normally adaptive response can become maladaptive, leading to wear and tear on the body and brain. Chronic stress is like a persistent drizzle, slowly eroding the foundation of a house. It may not cause immediate damage, but over time, it can weaken the structure, making it more susceptible to collapse. Trauma, particularly in childhood or adolescence when the brain is still developing, can have even more profound and long-lasting effects on mental health. Traumatic experiences, such as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, neglect, or witnessing violence, can disrupt the normal developmental trajectory of the brain, altering its structure and function. These early experiences can leave individuals more vulnerable to stress later in life, making them more susceptible to developing mental health challenges, including psychosis, when faced with challenging situations. For individuals with a genetic predisposition to psychosis, stress and trauma can act as potent triggers, increasing the likelihood of experiencing psychotic symptoms. Imagine a person standing on a fault line. They may live their life unaware of the potential danger beneath their feet, but an earthquake, a stressful or traumatic event, can trigger a rupture, leading to significant disruption. Similarly, stress and trauma can activate underlying vulnerabilities in individuals predisposed to psychosis, leading to the onset of symptoms. The human brain, in its intricate complexity, relies on a delicate balance of chemicals for optimal functioning. Introducing external substances, particularly those that alter brain chemistry, can disrupt this delicate equilibrium, sometimes with profound and unpredictable consequences. Substance misuse, whether it involves alcohol, cannabis, stimulants, or other psychoactive drugs, can have a complex and multifaceted relationship with psychosis, acting as both a trigger and a complicating factor in the course of the illness. Certain substances, particularly those with psychoactive properties like cannabis and stimulants, have been directly linked to an increased risk of developing psychosis. These substances interfere with the brain's intricate communication systems, particularly those involving the neurotransmitter dopamine, which plays a crucial role in psychosis. Imagine the brain as a complex orchestra, with each instrument representing a different neurotransmitter. Introducing a dissonant sound, a psychoactive substance, can disrupt the harmony, leading to a cacophony of neural activity that manifests as psychosis. Substance misuse can also exacerbate symptoms in individuals already experiencing psychosis. The intoxicating effects of drugs and alcohol can worsen hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking, making it more challenging for individuals to differentiate between reality and their altered perceptions. It's like trying to navigate a labyrinth while wearing distorting glasses. The path becomes even more confusing and disorienting, making it harder to find the way out. Moreover, substance misuse can hinder treatment and recovery for individuals with psychosis. The intoxicating effects of drugs and alcohol can interfere with the effectiveness of antipsychotic medication, making it more challenging to manage symptoms. Additionally, substance misuse often co-occurs with other mental health conditions, such as depression and anxiety, which can further complicate the treatment process and increase the risk of relapse. Physical and mental health are deeply intertwined. Conditions like brain tumors, infections, or neurological disorders can trigger psychosis. Severe infections, hormonal imbalances, and nutritional deficiencies can also contribute. Recognizing this link is crucial for diagnosis and treatment. Addressing physical health issues can alleviate psychotic symptoms. Maintaining good physical health can reduce the risk of psychosis. Psychosis often begins with subtle changes in thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This prodromal phase can last weeks, months, or even years. Early signs include difficulty concentrating, unusual thoughts, and social withdrawal. These symptoms are often mistaken for other issues. Raising awareness about the prodromal phase is crucial. Early intervention can improve outcomes and provide necessary support. Interventions may include therapy, stress reduction, and lifestyle changes. The acute phase of psychosis involves full-blown symptoms like hallucinations and delusions. These experiences are distressing and impair daily functioning. Hallucinations involve perceiving things that aren't there, while delusions are false beliefs. The onset is often sudden and requires immediate medical attention. Treatment with antipsychotic medication can stabilize the individual. Supportive therapy and structured programs aid in recovery. Delusions are firmly held false beliefs that defy logic. Persecutory delusions involve feeling threatened or conspired against. Grandiose delusions involve an inflated sense of self-importance. Delusions reflect personal experiences and cultural background. Understanding delusions is key to empathetic care. Tailored treatment strategies address specific needs. Hallucinations involve sensory experiences without external stimuli. Auditory hallucinations are the most common, often involving voices. Visual, tactile, olfactory, and gustatory hallucinations also occur. These experiences can be distressing or benign. Understanding the nature of hallucinations is essential for support. Treatment addresses triggers and emotional impact. Negative symptoms include diminished emotional responses and behaviors. Flat affect involves reduced emotional expression. Avolition is a lack of motivation and goal-directed behavior. Alogia is a reduction in speech output and fluency. These symptoms impact social connections and daily functioning. Addressing negative symptoms improves quality of life. Psychosis affects cognitive function, hindering clear thinking and communication. Impaired working memory makes everyday tasks challenging. Difficulty with executive function impacts planning and decision-making. Cognitive deficits impair independence and social interactions. Targeted interventions like cognitive remediation therapy are crucial. Improving cognitive function enhances overall quality of life. Psychosis encompasses a spectrum of disorders. Schizophrenia involves positive and negative symptoms. Schizoaffective disorder combines psychotic and mood symptoms. Delusional disorder features persistent, non-bizarre delusions. Brief psychotic disorder and schizophreniform disorder have shorter durations. Accurate diagnosis and tailored treatment are essential. Psychosis, while profoundly affecting individuals and their families, also casts a wide net across society, influencing perceptions, shaping policies, and challenging our understanding of mental well-being. It's a societal issue that extends far beyond the walls of psychiatric hospitals and into our communities, workplaces, and daily interactions. Ignoring the societal impacts of psychosis perpetuates stigma, hinders access to care, and ultimately diminishes us all. One of the most significant societal impacts of psychosis is a stigma surrounding mental illness. Despite increasing awareness and advocacy, misconceptions and prejudices persist, often fueled by sensationalized media portrayals and a lack of understanding about the nature of mental health conditions. This stigma can manifest in various ways, from discrimination in employment and housing to social isolation and exclusion. Imagine being denied a job opportunity, not because of your qualifications, but because of a past psychotic episode, an experience that carries a weight of judgment and misunderstanding. The economic burden of psychosis is another significant societal impact, encompassing direct healthcare costs, lost productivity, and diminished quality of life for individuals and their families. The chronic nature of the illness often necessitates ongoing treatment, medication, and supportive services, placing a strain on healthcare systems and individuals' finances. Moreover, the cognitive and social impairments associated with psychosis can make it challenging for individuals to maintain employment, leading to financial instability and dependence on social support systems. This economic burden highlights the need for accessible, affordable mental health care services and policies that support individuals with psychosis in their recovery and reintegration into society. Beyond the economic and social costs, psychosis also challenges our collective understanding of what it means to be human. It forces us to confront the fragility of the mind, the complexities of brain function, and the limitations of our current knowledge about mental illness. By engaging in open and honest conversations about psychosis, we can foster empathy, dismantle stigma, and create a more inclusive and supportive society for all its members. When psychosis enters a family, it sends shockwaves through the lives of everyone involved, leaving loved ones grappling with a whirlwind of emotions, practical challenges, and a profound sense of uncertainty about the future. The journey of supporting a loved one with psychosis is often fraught with heartbreak, frustration, and exhaustion, yet it is also marked by unwavering love, resilience, and a deep desire to understand and navigate this uncharted territory together. Families become not just bystanders, but active participants in the journey of recovery, providing a lifeline of support, advocacy, and hope. One of the most significant challenges for families is coming to terms with the diagnosis itself. Psychosis, with its perplexing symptoms and often stigmatized nature, can be a difficult concept to grasp, leaving families feeling overwhelmed, confused, and unsure of where to turn for help. The initial shock and disbelief may give way to a roller coaster of emotions, including fear, sadness, anger, and guilt. It's essential for families to acknowledge and process these emotions, recognizing that there is no right or wrong way to feel, and that seeking support from others who understand can be invaluable during this time. The unpredictable nature of psychosis can also create significant stress and strain within families. The fear of a loved one experiencing a psychotic episode, the exhaustion of managing challenging behaviors, and the constant worry about their well-being can take a toll on relationships, finances, and overall family dynamics. It's essential for families to prioritize self-care, recognizing that they cannot pour from an empty cup. Seeking respite care, joining support groups, and engaging in activities that bring joy and relaxation can help families maintain their own well-being while navigating the challenges of supporting a loved one with psychosis. Despite the hardships, families also play a vital role in the recovery process for individuals with psychosis. Providing emotional support, encouragement, and practical assistance with daily living activities can significantly impact an individual's ability to manage their illness, adhere to treatment plans, and regain a sense of agency and hope. Families can also advocate for their loved ones, navigating the complexities of the mental health system, ensuring they receive appropriate care, and challenging stigma and discrimination wherever they encounter it. Navigating the labyrinthine world of the mental health system can be a daunting task, especially when facing the complexities of psychosis. For individuals experiencing their first psychotic episode and their families, the journey to seek help can feel like traversing an unfamiliar terrain, fraught with bureaucratic hurdles, fragmented services, and a lack of clear guidance on where to turn for support. The system, often designed to address acute crises rather than provide comprehensive, long-term care, can leave individuals and families feeling lost, frustrated, and unsure of how to access the resources they desperately need. The first point of contact is often the emergency room, especially if the individual is experiencing a severe psychotic episode posing a risk to themselves or others. While this can provide immediate stabilization and crisis intervention, it's rarely the ideal setting to address the complex needs of someone with psychosis. Emergency rooms are often overcrowded, noisy, and ill-equipped to provide the specialized psychiatric care required for long-term management and recovery. Imagine being in the throes of a psychotic episode, your senses overwhelmed, your thoughts racing, and finding yourself in a chaotic and unfamiliar environment, further exacerbating your distress. Once the immediate crisis has subsided, the next step is often referral to outpatient mental health services. However, accessing these services can be challenging due to a shortage of qualified mental health professionals, long wait lists, and limited insurance coverage for mental health care. Individuals and families may find themselves bouncing from provider to provider, piecing together fragmented services, and struggling to find continuity of care. This lack of coordination and communication within the system can be frustrating and disheartening, particularly during a time when consistency and support are paramount. Advocating for oneself or a loved one within the mental health system requires persistence, resilience, and a willingness to navigate bureaucratic obstacles. Families and individuals can benefit from connecting with mental health advocacy organizations, such as the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, which provide information, support, and resources to help navigate the complexities of the system. These organizations offer a lifeline of support, empowering individuals and families to advocate for their needs, access appropriate care, and navigate the often overwhelming world of mental health services. Treating psychosis requires a multifaceted approach that addresses not just the symptoms of the illness, but also the individual's unique needs, strengths, and challenges. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, and the most effective treatment plans often involve a combination of medication, therapy, and social support services tailored to the individual's specific presentation and circumstances. The goal is not just to manage symptoms, but to empower individuals to regain control over their lives, pursue their aspirations, and live full and meaningful lives in the community. Antipsychotic medication forms the cornerstone of treatment for psychosis, effectively reducing the severity of positive symptoms such as hallucinations and delusions by modulating the activity of dopamine, a neurotransmitter implicated in the illness. These medications work by blocking dopamine receptors in the brain, effectively reducing the excessive dopamine activity thought to contribute to psychotic symptoms. While antipsychotic medications can be highly effective in managing acute symptoms, they are not without their drawbacks, as they can cause a range of side effects, from drowsiness and weight gain to movement disorders and metabolic disturbances. Finding the right medication and dosage often requires careful monitoring and collaboration between the individual and their psychiatrist. While medication plays a crucial role in managing symptoms, therapy provides a safe and supportive space for individuals with psychosis to explore their experiences, develop coping mechanisms, and address the emotional and social challenges associated with the illness. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, a widely used therapeutic approach, helps individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to their distress. CBT for psychosis often focuses on helping individuals develop strategies to manage hallucinations and delusions, reduce anxiety, and improve social skills. Beyond medication and therapy, social support services play a vital role in supporting individuals with psychosis in their recovery journey. These services may include case management, vocational rehabilitation, supported housing, and peer support groups, all of which aim to help individuals reintegrate into the community, develop independent living skills, pursue their educational or vocational goals, and build meaningful connections with others. Recovery from psychosis, while often challenging and nonlinear, is an achievable goal for many individuals. It's not about returning to a pre-illness state, but rather about embracing a new normal, one where individuals can live full and meaningful lives despite the challenges of the illness. Recovery is an ongoing journey of self-discovery, resilience, and hope, fueled by a belief in one's own potential and a commitment to living a fulfilling life. One of the key pillars of recovery is early intervention. Research has shown that individuals who receive timely and effective treatment during the early stages of psychosis have better long-term outcomes, including reduced symptom severity, improved social and occupational functioning, and a lower risk of relapse. Early intervention programs typically involve a multidisciplinary team of professionals who provide comprehensive services, including medication management, therapy, family support, and psychoeducation. Another crucial aspect of recovery is peer support. Connecting with others who have lived experience with psychosis can provide invaluable support, encouragement, and a sense of shared understanding. Peer support groups offer a safe and non-judgmental space for individuals to share their stories, exchange coping strategies, and offer each other hope and encouragement on their recovery journeys. Knowing that you are not alone in your struggles can be incredibly empowering, fostering a sense of community and belonging that can be instrumental in the recovery process. Recovery from psychosis is not just about managing symptoms. It's about reclaiming your life, pursuing your passions, and living a life filled with purpose and meaning. It's about challenging stigma, advocating for yourself, and supporting others on their journeys. It's about embracing your story with all its complexities and challenges, and recognizing that you are so much more than your illness. Our exploration into the world of psychosis has taken us on a journey through the intricate workings of the brain, the complex interplay of genes and environment, and the profound impact this condition has on individuals, families, and society as a whole. We've peeled back the layers of misconception and stigma, revealing the truth about psychosis, that it is not a sign of weakness or a character flaw, but a medical condition, often rooted in biological vulnerabilities and influenced by a myriad of factors beyond an individual's control. We've learned that psychosis is not a single entity, but rather a spectrum of disorders, each with its own unique presentation, course, and prognosis. We've delved into the distressing world of positive symptoms, such as hallucinations and delusions, which distort perceptions of reality and challenge our understanding of what it means to experience the world through a different lens. We've also explored the often overlooked realm of negative symptoms, such as flat affect, avolition, and social withdrawal, which can be equally debilitating, robbing individuals of their emotional vibrancy, motivation, and social connections. Beyond the symptoms themselves, we've witnessed the ripple effect of psychosis, its impact extending far beyond the individual to families, communities, and society at large. We've seen the challenges families face as they navigate the complexities of supporting a loved one with psychosis, the emotional roller coaster they endure, the practical obstacles they overcome, and the unwavering love and resilience they embody. We've also confronted the societal stigma surrounding mental illness, the barriers it creates to seeking help, and the urgent need for greater understanding, compassion, and support for individuals and families affected by psychosis. Understanding psychosis requires more than just a clinical lens. It demands empathy, a willingness to step into the shoes of another and see the world through their eyes, even if those perceptions seem foreign or unsettling. It's about recognizing that the experiences of someone with psychosis, however bizarre or illogical they may appear, are very real to them, shaping their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in profound ways. Empathy is the bridge that connects us, fostering compassion, dismantling stigma, and creating a space for genuine understanding and support. Imagine for a moment hearing voices, whispering doubts, spewing insults, or issuing commands, their presence a constant intrusion in your thoughts. Imagine feeling like you're being watched, followed, or conspired against, your every move scrutinized, your every thought suspect. These are the realities for individuals living with psychosis, their internal experiences as vivid and compelling as our own, even if they don't align with external reality. Empathy doesn't require us to condone or agree with these experiences, but it does call us to approach them with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to listen without judgment. It's about validating the individual's feelings, even if we don't fully understand their source. It's about offering support without trying to fix them or dismiss their experiences as simply crazy. Empathy is the foundation upon which trust is built, and trust is essential for individuals with psychosis to feel safe enough to open up, share their struggles, and seek help when they need it most. Creating a more inclusive future for individuals with psychosis demands a multi-pronged approach, one that addresses not only the biological and psychological aspects of the illness, but also the societal barriers that hinder recovery and perpetuate stigma. It requires a shift in perspective, from viewing psychosis as a personal failing to recognizing it as a medical condition deserving of the same level of compassion, understanding, and support as any other health concern. It's about breaking down the walls of fear and misconception, brick by brick, to build a society where individuals with psychosis feel valued, respected, and empowered to live full and meaningful lives. One crucial step is to improve access to early intervention and treatment services. Early detection and intervention, particularly during the prodromal phase, have been shown to significantly improve long-term outcomes for individuals with psychosis. Yet, access to these services remains limited in many communities, often due to a shortage of qualified mental health professionals, long wait lists, and inadequate insurance coverage for mental health care. Investing in mental health infrastructure, expanding training programs for mental health professionals, and advocating for policies that promote parity in mental health care coverage are essential steps towards ensuring that individuals with psychosis receive timely and effective treatment. Beyond improving access to care, we must also address the social determinants of health that disproportionately impact individuals with psychosis, such as poverty, homelessness, and lack of access to education and employment opportunities. Addressing these systemic inequities requires a multi-sectoral approach involving collaboration between healthcare providers, social service agencies, government institutions, and community organizations. By working together, we can create a safety net that catches individuals with psychosis before they fall through the cracks, providing them with the resources and support they need to thrive. Our exploration of psychosis while at times venturing into dark and challenging territory, ultimately leads us to a place of hope. Hope fueled by the remarkable resilience of individuals living with psychosis, who navigate a world often shrouded in stigma and misunderstanding with courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in their own potential. Hope inspired by the tireless dedication of families who stand as pillars of strength, providing unwavering love, support, and advocacy for their loved ones. And hope ignited by the growing movement of researchers, clinicians, advocates, and policymakers, working tirelessly to advance our understanding of psychosis, develop more effective treatments, and create a more inclusive and supportive world for all. Recovery from psychosis is not a linear path. It's a journey marked by twists, turns, setbacks, and triumphs. It's a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt, overcome, and find meaning even in the face of adversity. It's about reclaiming one's identity, not as someone defined by their illness, but as an individual with unique strengths, talents, and aspirations. It's about living a life filled with purpose, connection, and joy, even amidst the challenges that psychosis may bring. As we conclude our exploration of psychosis, let us carry with us a renewed sense of empathy, a commitment to challenging stigma, and a belief in the power of recovery. Let us celebrate the strength and resilience of individuals living with psychosis, honor the dedication of their families, and continue to advocate for a future where everyone affected by mental illness receives the support and understanding they deserve. The journey towards a more inclusive and compassionate world begins with each one of us. Thank you for spending the time to watch this video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This helps me to keep creating better content. If you have any ideas for topics to cover, visit me at any of my links that will be in the description. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Till next time, I'm your host, the Nomothete, and remember to question your reality.